All right, folks, welcome to round number, what is it? Number 4. Sand is, I guess I'm gonna keep this hand. It's definitely a little bit on the sketchy side of things, but I think it's gonna be good enough. Anyway, we continue to double queue some legacy here. So that's why you're gonna see me looking at the other screen. So there's the turn 1 Reclaimer. Playing against Tron. Shit. Yeah, this hand does not beat Tron. That's brutal. Oh, wow. That's like the worst case scenario. Land? Okay. Still not loving my spot anyway. E-Tron. With Mind Stone. Ugh. F's in chat for me. F's in chat for me. I think I'm gonna call for Reclaimer. Oh, I could have called for Reclaimer represents 2 lands thanks to Sanctuary though. No, I should have called for Florahedron. That was a mistake. I should have called for Florahedron there. Gonna blow up my Reclaimer? Damn, my opponent respects the Reclaimer. Dismember too? Ugh. More Reclaimers, let's go. Our hand is a joke. Our hand is an absolute joke. Smasher. I guess we pathed that, right? Like we're far behind enough that our life total does matter a lot. Peaching a Titan of all things. Brutal. Well, again, at least we're winning in Legacy. My opponent's hand is a bunch of nothing, it looks like. Maybe I should have gone in Castle there. Because if I draw... Okay. We might just jump here just to save life. Probably not, that seems like a little bit too greedy, but... Going down to 7. Chalice for 1 doesn't do anything. Alright, so it's all is dust or bust. Get castle so we can activate if we find any untapped land. I guess that even we beat all this dust as well. We have to get Radiant Fountain though. And I guess Ghost Quarter. And I'm not going to attack because I don't want my opponent to block and draw closer to the Oldest Dust. I want them to use their combat step towards the Oldest Dust, so I am blocking if my opponent attacks. They do have the Oldest Dust. We go down to 1. We die to Walking Ballista. Vesuva plus Sanctuary. This ensures we have lethal next turn. Bounce Fountain, replay it. Pass the turn. Do you have a second Oldest Dust opponent? Or a Ballista? Fuck, they have the Ballista. Brutal! Ah! Feels so bad. They needed to have the perfects. God damn. That's gross. I love how my opponent in the Legacy match has been dead for like 5 or 6 turns at this point, and they just keep on playing. Really a trooper. Alright, I'm gonna finish this match real quick. Alright. We win Legacy. And now let's check out the Cyber Guide for Eldrazi Trons. Wins, Gift, and Knight of Autumn. We cut 2 Path and a Bog. I think you had to copy Fountain there, bounce it because your hand put it. Oh wow, you're right. You're right. I guess I could have played around the, and I even had the ghost. Yeah, you're 100% correct, Will. As you can see, I'm not very good at double queuing. Yeah, if I had done that, we play our own Walking Ballista and we force my opponent to have exactly Karn the Great Creator. And we do have outs to Karn, but we don't really have outs to Walking Ballista. So if we had copied Radiant Fountain with the Vesuva, but no, that was a couple of turns ago. That was a couple of turns ago, so I guess it wouldn't have worked. Are we shipping this? Yeah, I think we're shipping. This might be better, actually. We have to draw stuff, right? But In this kind of mid-range matchups, Explorer is one of the best cards. They move to 4. Yeah, so I guess that I had to copy the zombie to make more zombies, because my idea was to make sure that we can set up lethal. I don't know what I'm calling for just yet. Just gonna chill here. This might backfire, but that's pretty good. Now I'm very happy that I didn't call. If they don't have Thought Knot, we just win, I think. Yep. Okay. They might have Dismember, I guess. Interesting that they brought Ratchet Bomb. Valakut Field. And I'm gonna hold his land in hand in case my opponent draws a Karn. They have like Tron into Karn or something, you know? No, I don't want them to. And we have them dead on board next turn, so I don't want them to draw closer to the last Tron piece they're missing or the Karn. That is the only way that they can stabilize. Now we jam with everything. And we can do it with backup, which is nice. They only have 1 card left, so I think this is just game. So what we do is we get a backup Dryad to make sure that we play around Dismember. We get Valakut Vesuva, and this is lethal even before combat. How was the showcase? Okay, so far, I guess. We definitely have to win this one, because if we lose, we're gonna be in probably not great shape. Like, we might be able to top 64 at most. If we run the tables, which is gonna be really challenging to do. This is not a hand, unfortunately. This is a hand, so keep it bottom path. Opponent kept 7 this time. So they have turn 3 Tron. Maybe I should have gone a basic forest there. So you won't have to be in a really bad matchup. Nice, Muldrota. Good job. Well, now we just have to see what they got. If they have something like Thought Knot or stuff like that, Smasher would be kind of annoying. What is this, Ballista? Yep, it is Ballista. Because we have Druid, we have to We have to get flagstones. So if we draw on top land, we're actually in fine shape, I think. But we need to find an untap land right here, untap land. That's basically us unblocking ourselves. So I think that I don't think we can come back anymore now. Unless they have absolutely nothing, but I think that they just have a Karn. This is game 3. Man, we were so close. If this was an untap land, I think we actually are ahead. Because we get to slam the Spring Bloom. We get a hit on 2, then next turn we hour and we get a bazillion zombies. That sucks. That really sucks. I mean, if this is all they got, that's not all they got, because otherwise they wouldn't pumped. 6 mana. What do you got for 6 mana? Karn the Great Creator. Fuck, man. So now again, we're looking for untap land. Untap land, please. Both times. Both times. Oh, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. Not much to be done though. Like that's just it. Okay. 2-2. I guess I'm gonna continue playing, but I'm not excited about our prospects. Man, that really sucks. Starting 2-0, then dropping 2 matches in a row to both of my opponents having ridiculous draws. Like game 2 against humans, last one was so tilting. And then right now, like game 1, we lose to Exaxes from my Tron opponent who had the exact sequence that they needed, which was Smasher into All This Dust to clear our board to bring us down to 3, and then exactly Ballista. And then we lose to not finding an untapped land. It is what it is sometimes, I guess. You know, my opponent gets lucky and I didn't. But I could have done that differently in the first game if I am trying to play around Ballista 2 turns in a row. But I think that it was important for me to be able to set up lethal through a Thought Knot Seer or another Smasher or something like that on a single turn, because I don't want to give my opponent turns to be able to find the answer. But C'est la vie. It's so crazy. Like I still feel so good about the Tron matchup, but I have been losing to it so much lately. My opponents just feels like my opponents always have it every single time. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be back for the next round. If we lose one more, I'm gonna drop, but until then, see you in round number 5.